The Trump administration's trade wars triggering widespread losses and financial fears across the country tonight. Good evening and thank you for joining us at 11. I'm Mike Duffy. U.S. stocks plunging. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed down 890 points with staggering losses and a major sell-off. The sell-off coinciding with retaliatory tariffs from Canada against the United States. Ontario slapping a 25% tax increase on electricity exports to the United States that impacts Michigan, Minnesota, and New York. Ontario's premier says it could cost affected Americans $100 more per month. Tonight, 7 News Detroit's Brett Cast listening to Metro Detroiters worried about the economy, and he's speaking with financial analysts about the possibility of a recession. Brett?
We've been following this downturn in the stock market led by uncertainty in U.S. trade policy. Now, it has led to fears of a recession, but I spoke with a financial advisor who tells me don't panic. As the closing bell brought an end to a tough day on Wall Street, Metro Detroiters were among those checking in on their investments.
I'm a retiree, so I have to watch all my funds wherever they are, and this back and forth gets a little scary.
Clody Martin of Southfield is a retired public school teacher. She says market downturns are always a concern.
You hope that you have enough to live out the rest of your life comfortably, and I think that's the biggest worry for seniors. They don't want to be dependent on their family members or their children.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough the last couple of days. I'm hoping things settle out at some point. I know there's a lot going on with the tariffs.
On the flip side, Jonathan Marshall is a married father of 3.
You ready, Joy?
He's been keeping an eye on the market and says inflation, along with fears of a recession, keep him on a tight budget.
Hopefully this doesn't end up ultimately in a recession, so just a little volatility in the market is what I'm hoping for.
The important thing right now today is to not panic. You know, a 10% pullback is normal throughout a market cycle. In fact, we've been overdue.
Financial advisor Colin Prenna with Advanced Capital in Southfield points out the market was up 53% before this recent pullback. He advises not to sell out of the market, but instead diversify investments and take less risk.
So that's what we've done so far, is to take a little more conservative approach on the stock side and then really hone in on what bonds we're owning to make sure we're maximizing the total return of client portfolio.
As for those we spoke to, besides keeping a budget and watching their 401ks, no major changes for now.
I'm still kind of weathering the storm for now. I guess we'll see how long this goes out. Maybe we have to make some allocation changes.
I'm just kind of letting everything stay as it is. I don't know what the next few weeks or the next months will bring for that, but right now, it's just where it is.
Prenna says a recession is usually very hard to predict, and you don't know for sure that one is coming until you're in it. In the newsroom, I'm Brett Cast, 7 News Detroit.
Be sure to stay with 7 News Detroit and WXYZ.com for continuing coverage on the economy and the financial fears in the United States.